Hi everybody, I'm Ron Cantor and you're watching Out of Zion on God TV. And we're still in the beautiful city in the Carmel mountainside called Zikhron Ya'akov. And I'm standing in front of one of the most iconic homes in the whole city. It's the Aharonson family home, and it was also the home of the Nili Spy Ring. Now Nili is an acronym that means Netzach Yisrael Lo Yishaker. The Eternal One of Israel will never lie. And Nili comes from 1 Samuel 15:29, and it was also the password for the spy ring. They spied for the British against the Turks in World War I. They had to decide who's going to win this war. And then once they win this war, how are they going to treat the Jewish people? And they were convinced that if the British won, they would treat the Jewish people favorably, as they did, unleashing what is called the Balfour Declaration from the British government that declared that they would take these areas conquered by the British in World War I and create a homeland for the Jewish people. Now let me tell you the story about the Nili Spy Ring. At the outset of World War I, Palestine was under Turkish control, and the Nili Spy Ring story plays out like a dramatic novel. They were very concerned as Jewish people were being deported from here, and there were all kinds of abuses, and famine was in the horizon. In addition, the Jews of Palestine began to hear of the Armenian Massacre, where the Turks were killing en masse Armenians, one of the great injustices in world history. Aharonson was already a well-known botanist who had created world-renowned breakthroughs regarding creating a weather-resistant form of wheat. Now, the spy ring's major players were Aaron, his sisters Rebecca and Sarah, his brother Alexander, and his assistant Avshalom Feinberg. Now, with about 20 others in the spy ring, Aaron was the clear leader. And because of his work as a botanist, he was able to move freely in the area. He made it all the way to Cairo and was able to meet with the British, who had initially rebuffed his desire to be a spy. But when he brought them all kinds of information, they said, okay, you're hired. Aaron remained in Cairo while the members of the spy ring would use signal lights off a boat of the Israeli coast to send him information. And this information gave General Allenby intelligence on troop movements, on water supplies, even desert routes. And this strengthened him as he was preparing for a surprise attacks on the Turks in the Negev Desert. Now, in addition to these signal lights, they also used carrier pigeons. And as fate would have it, towards the end of the war in September 1917, one of these pigeons landed directly on the home of the Turkish governor in the ancient city of Caesarea. They did a massive investigation and they rounded up most of the spy ring. They captured Sarah's father in this house right behind me, and they were gonna torture him before she turned herself in. They tortured her mercilessly for 4 days, but she would not say a word. Now finally, they decided to send her to a Damascus prison. Her clothes were blood-stained, so she said, "Can I please go home and at least change my clothes?" They acquiesced. She went into this home, she went into the bathroom, pulled up a tile, pulled out a gun, and she shot herself in the mouth. Sarah would no longer be able to talk to her captors, even if she wanted to. Now, she survived for 4 horrible days before she finally succumbed to her wounds and died. Her brother Aaron lived throughout the war, but he died in 1919 when his plane crashed. Amazingly, it was just 1 month later that the British invaded and took the Negev Desert, and then they went on to Jerusalem and took that in December, ending 400 years of Turkish rule here. And historians say that without help from the Nili Spy Ring, Allenby's success would have been near impossible. Now here's a footnote. After the Six-Day War, when the Israelis took the Sinai Desert, there was a Bedouin Arab there who took an IDF Israeli officer to what was called Kebir Yehudi, or the grave of the Jew. And there they found the remains of Avshalom Feinberg, Aaronson's faithful assistant, and he was given a proper burial. And now you know the amazing story of the Nili Spy Ring, who helped the British win World War I and eventually helped us gain our independence in 1940 land never to be uprooted again, as the prophet of Amos says. Make sure you go to God.tv so you never miss an episode. You can always find me at roncantor.com. Shalom from Zikhron Ya'akov on Mount Carmel.
Please follow Ron on Twitter and Facebook at Ron S. Cantor to find out more about Ron and his ministry. For more information on God TV and the Out of Zion programs, or to view these programs again, go to god.tv/Zion.
Shalom, everybody. I'm Ron Cantor, the Regional Director for God TV in Israel. And I got to tell you something. I moved to Israel almost 20 years ago with one goal in mind: to reach my people with the good news of Yeshua the Messiah. And not long ago, we birthed something called Shalanu.tv. Because of you, because of the gifts of God TV partners, Shalanu.tv, a cooperative ministry with many Israeli ministries and Arab ministries, Shalanu TV became the first Hebrew-speaking Messianic cable channel broadcasting the good news of Yeshua to the nation. Now, as you probably know, we were taken off the air a few months after that. And within 3 hours, we were back up on the internet, on Facebook, on YouTube. We are not giving up and we're not backing down. We love the Jewish people. As I said, I moved here because of this burning love inside of me for them to know our Messiah. In fact, we call Shalanu because it means ours. And Yeshua, hu echad me'etanu, he is one of ours. He came from this nation. So I want to thank you during this 25th anniversary for birthing Shalanu TV. And I want to encourage you to continue to pray, continue to support Shalanu TV, because as we reach the Jewish people with their Messiah, with their Yeshua, according to Paul, that's going to release a greater riches revival all throughout the world. That's in Romans 11, verse 12 and verse 15. When the Jewish people who originally rejected Yeshua accept him, it's going to release revival. So friends, here we are, 25 years into it. We're not giving up. We're moving forward, and you are reaching the Jewish people with the good news of Yeshua. And not just the Jewish people, you are reaching people all throughout the world. God bless you on this 25th anniversary for God TV. Shalom.